Game one, we have a bit of a problem. Oh, as you'll notice, this is not abnormal. You can never ever cast Dawnwalker. You cannot play it from hand. You can only get it out of the grave. I think that this is an okay hand. It doesn't have any... The problem is it doesn't have any Primal. And... It has Slay, Privilege. I think I want to redraw this. I don't have anything to grasping. I don't have any way to get things into my grave. Ooh, this one's worse. Although if I do get a Primal, I get Whispering Wind, and then we're kind of good to go. So I suppose that I should just hope for that. Let's turn this up just a bit. Stone Scar. So we're against the Stranger deck. That's unfortunate because Stranger's, well, a pretty weak deck overall and very fragile. Can also be very fast. That's what they're trying to be. Yep. No way I can block. The good news is that I get to stall out with the Ephemeral Wisp, so that's a positive. Attack. Discard the Wisp, which should buy, as you can see, either Dawnwalker or Privilege, which is really cool. And this time we're going to go for a Justice, because we want to try and get to this Auric Runehammer if possible. And we have a little bit of stall, so that was helpful. Okay, Strangers having Endurance isn't a big problem. I'm more worried about them getting pumped, so that was not the worst thing for us to see at all. This is actually pretty solid. Ooh, another Whispering Wind. I like that one a lot too. Attack. Discard a Dawnwalker. Get a Grinva. Can you hear me? No, speak up. I'm going to 15. And the good news is we can discard something so we can grasping it back. I think, in fact, that we discard Tavrod and Grinva. Let's discard that. Better plan. Now I could just grasping for the Vara and get Grinva back. Or I could seek power, go for justice, get the Auric Runehammer. Nah, it's gotta be grasping here. We get a pretty insane amount of value from this.
You'll do. I'm not done with you yet.
And Grinva. Which, if I remember correctly, it's, yeah, their attack is what it deals back to them. So we don't get any cool combos with Ephemeral Wisp. I very, very rarely have had Grinva in play. The original list had double Grinva, but I took one out just because I wanted more Herald songs. Woo! Alright, beat the Stranger list. We're no strangers to value. We can grind out those lists. Let's go to game 2. Alright, wow, this hand looks really good. I'm gonna keep it. Herald song is just kind of perfect. It's not a Whispering Wind, but it's solid. Whispering Wind obviously has the problem of being fragile and killable. There's a lot of people, I think, that don't realize that if you see a Whispering Wind, you should probably kill it immediately because their deck won't function without it. Every deck that I've seen that has Whispering Wind or that I've made with Whispering Wind, if it doesn't have the Whispering Wind, it kind of just dies, like, real fast. Whispering Wind is really important. It fills a very niche role that really nothing else does. An Ephemeral Wisp.
Can you hear me?
Well, we're going to lead with our Wisp. And hope that they don't false prince here. Feel like it probably is. Yep. Ugh. That is the dream opener for this deck, unfortunately. I'm gonna Herald Song first, see if we can't draw a Sigil. Nope. I really need a Sigil. I think that we discard the Sporefolk. Yes, there we go. To try and hit privilege rank. Perfect. It's not great, but it'll actually let us start getting power again. Kind of need that. Ooh. Man. 2, 3, 4. Absolutely perfect. Throw this away. It's pretty terrible, but I don't have a lot of better options. Really sucks is the Auric Runehammer can't even kill the Titan here. Yikes. Guess I Whispering Wind. Not good. Opponent is going off. Crown. Now that's a card that I didn't expect out of their deck. Okay, Eileen's Favor is fine. We are just getting absolutely ranched here, though. I'm not going to block yet. We'll wait before we throw that away. Now I'll throw it away because we've got the Dawnwalker that I'd like to get back. I feel like Tavrod's just going to die immediately. Like, really good chance that it gets polymorphed or something. But I have to do what I can. Echoed. So they hit Crown of Possibilities and then immediately hit Clockroach. Looks like it. Oh, sweet. Wow. Oh, might have been fine the way. Still. Good lord. That is pretty good. I don't really want to let this fly, actually. That is a thing, isn't it? I suppose I can kill it and then just... I clicked the wrong thing. I was going to kill this and then eventually Runehammer. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? I think that I just... My brain shortcutted because I thought Runehammer kill Avasar, and so I just slayed it instead. Like a big dumb dummy. Whew. Wow. That is a thing I did. We're going to just pass. And let them play all these Clockroaches and kill us. Oh no, it's much, much worse than that. Okay. And they hit double damage. Alright. Well, there was no way I was getting out of that anyways. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. That was some pretty good hits from the opponent. And some pretty bad play from me. So there you go. Alright, let's go to game 3. I don't think that our bad play mattered at all, though. Our opponent had the absolute nut. Nothing we can do about that one. Okay, well, I finally have power. All of it depleted. And no way to do anything else. So let's redraw that hand. I don't think that's actually what we want. As you can tell, there's a lot of power issues that we've been having with this deck. Like, just absolute ton. I don't know if that's a problem with the deck, because the deck is pretty bad. It's definitely a brew. Or if it's just that we're having some bad luck. Probably a combination of both. Because we're getting ranched coming and going. Our last hand had all the fixing. Like, we had more than enough of the sigils last time, or faction colors on the last hand, but then this hand is just a bunch of nothing. That was a really good draw, though. If I can actually hit Shadow, we have a chance. Gotta hit some Shadow cards. But if I can hit some Shadow sigils, then I'll get there.
We'll be asking questions.
Oh, is this the exact same Stranger player? I think it is. Did we just go one player and then one, like, a different match and then back to the exact same player the first time? Huh. Alright, well, I'm gonna Herald Song. Discard Dawnwalker. That works out okay. We need one more power, and then we can get Grasping at Shadows. And we're gonna throw 10 cards into our Void. If any of them is the Privilege, then we're good. There's got to be a really high chance that we hit a Privilege here, right? Right? I guess not. I got rid of a sixth of our deck. We have 4 of them in there. Thought we would have a decent chance. This is bad news. Gets us what we need, kind of, but we're still short, so I'm still chumping. I probably die now. It's unfortunate. I will get a lot of stuff back. So we hit a Vara, get a Dawnwalker, and a Tavrod. We get 3 Dawnwalkers. Ah. We're not dead yet. Really close. And probably just dead next turn. That's too bad. Yeah, definitely dead next turn. I don't think there's any way out of it. Well, that's really disappointing. Because we were about to go off, but just not hitting anything out of those Sporefolk to get us the power cards really hurt us. So many things to do! We were sharpening all that light. And now we die. That last game really shows the fun that you can have with this deck. If only it doesn't miss and get a little clunky there. Because that was a really good hit otherwise. This is really solid. We'll just immediately seek power. And then I think we avoid the Justice. I think we go for another Shadow so we can get Grasping off. Don't really need double Primal for anything but Kosul Brigade. Play that, and hopefully discard Tavrod and grasp it back. Uh-oh. Don't torch it. Ugh. Yeah, the hyper-aggressive Skycrag deck is going to be annoying. I mean, the deck is just super annoying anyways. Skycrag is so frustrating to play against. Any of the aggro decks are for me. I really don't tend to enjoy them for a lot of different reasons. I could write an entire article about it, but I won't because I don't really like writing articles. Discard Tavrod. Yeah. Wow. I was actually... Oh, I wish I had said it because I'm like, I'm going to discard Tavrod and hope that we hit a Vara so we can just go off with it. Please. It's like, just don't kill it. Just one turn. I just need to discard this. Can I get a Herald song, please? I really just need the one. Even a power card's okay, because it'll give me Tavrod. Yep, I will accept it.
Sharpen those horns.
Let's get sharpened. Obliterate for 7 because they have the Cloud Snake. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Game, please. Alright, give me a Tavrod. If they obliterate again, I'm going to be very annoyed. This feels like obliterate. No, polymorph. Yes! Much better. So close to this Vara. But we're probably dead now. The perfect answer. Tavrod's so hard for this deck to deal with most of the time.
The tempest approaches.
Yep. And we miss on the power on the last turn. So, I mean, there's no way that we can win from there. So close. So close. Well, there's that power problem that we're having again. We've got a lot of faction... like, we have 2 duels, but then no other power cards. They're both depleted, and neither of them are the ones that we need. So, I guess I have to redraw this. Super annoying. Oh, and now we have, like, exactly what we would have needed in the last hand, and no shadow, so we can't play any of the cards in our hand. Yeah, I think that this has got to be, like, we have to consider that this is at least a little bit of bad luck, right? Because how do we keep constantly flipping exactly which ones we don't want to draw? Like, we keep seeming to get exactly what we don't want. That was a great hit, though. It actually gives us a chance. Did we hit a privilege? Yes. Okay. This can work. Wow. We might have gotten out of this incredibly bad start. Silence the Sporefolk. That's a really aggressive Valkyrie. Opponent pausing. And pausing. Hi, opponent. So we've got the Ephemeral Wisp. We're going to hit another 10 cards. So hopefully some of that has some value. It's too bad that we have a Dawnwalker in hand, because I'd really like to get it out of hand. And our opponent is roping us or something. I don't know why. Mild confusion could be what you would call this. Like, they slammed this really fast, and then they just got called away by Mom. Davey, your Hot Pockets are ready. Not now, Mom, I'm playing Eternal. Come back, Davey. We want to play against you. That's not fair. This could very, very easily be a Donna instead of a Davey. I was trying to think of a good name. Very easily could be Donna. The Herald song was a sick draw. We're getting some really, really good draws. Although we are still missing a shadow. Let's get rid of the Vara. End the turn. If we hit the shadow, that's all we really need. Woo! Alright, so Davey missing out on their pizza rolls has been good for us so far. We're setting up real well. I think that I said Hot Pockets, and I think that American listeners aren't going to understand what I mean by Hot Pockets. Pizza rolls Americans will get. Hot Pockets, maybe not as much. Oh, what do we got? Wow, okay, so wait, we've got... Or did I say Pizza Pops? That's what I mean. Pizza Pops. Pizza Pops is a Canadian thing. We've got Vara. That seems pretty good. I mean, I like it.
You'll do.
To get a Vara, to get a Vara, to get a Tavrod. It's fine, don't worry about it. I hope that you have a harsh rule opponent.
Done with you yet.
I mean, you can't possibly have the mana to do it, but I sure hope you have one. No other way they're out of this. Well, they're definitely gone now. I don't know why they just started roping us. This is still a great game, though. Even if they were interacting with us, they had 1 or 2 turns that they missed. What would they have done that differently to stop us? If they have a Steward of the Past, like if they specifically go Shadow into Steward, then I guess that could do it. But for the most part, even, it's not like... There's really not a lot that they could have done to stop this. They're still here, though, is the weird thing. Because normally it... Okay. Like, it normally disconnects them when they leave. Like, it doesn't let them keep playing turn after turn after turn. Woo! Back up to gold, too! So yes, this is a very fun deck, which often doesn't go off, but when it does, sometimes gets triple Vara, double Dawnwalker, and a Tavrod in the deal for 5 power on turn 5. Yeah. That was pretty sick. Oh, it was turn 6, but still. You can get unbelievable hits if you can get the right cards. The question is getting the right cards. So I would really suggest this one as a casual one, like most of the brews that I find, but I love playing with them. If you guys like the brews like I do, please send me a like, and of course, you can send me in a list if you like. I'm always streaming at twitch.tv/Ilyon with the underscore at the end. And I love, love, love playing brews, so send me your lists. I am more than open to try them. I have essentially every card you can imagine, so I will play anything that you want. I will make the cards, not an issue. I just love brewing, and some of these are really, really fun when they get together. And occasionally we run into like a pretty good list. I think the Dark Greed still, one of the ones that we did the other weeks, was probably a really competitive list. I think that the list is done really well. I've been happy with it. So in any case, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you again another week.